Hello tennis guys and welcome to my channel. So in today's video we will take a look at this little puppy that I have received in this very nice beautiful bag. And you might be thinking, oh, what's in that bag? And you will not believe it, but yeah, it is a small tennis racket for improving your hitting, the sweet spot of your racket. So this is called Saber. It is made by a company called Functional Tennis, and I have received this from Fabio. I hope the camera can focus on it. So this is Fabio. First of all, thank you for sending me the Saber Mid Plus version. So this is the heaviest version. It's a 300g racket. The length is standard adult length and the parameters are on this very nicely made racket. By the way, the Functional Tennis company is based in Europe. It's based in Dublin in Ireland, so that's also something that I'm kind of happy about, that not all the, let's say, innovations come from the USA, let's say, but or most innovations in the tennis industry come from the USA. And I will just remove this cover, because there are written the parameters. So this is the mid version. They also have a light version and a junior version. The length is, the head size is 37 square inches, so 240 square centimeters. The weight of this one is 300 grams. The light version is 265 and the junior version is 240. The length is 25 inches for the mid and light versions. These are the adult rackets. So it's a not full length of of a standard tennis racket, because the upper part of the head, of course, is missing. So there is this is just the sweet spot of a tennis racket. That's why it is shorter. And the junior version is 23 inches to 84 millimeters. So this is a nice training tool. I already hit with this one. I bought it, or I borrowed it from one of my coaches, just a few shots when I was preparing for my training, and it's a really nicely made, high quality racket. You can feel that it's a really high quality material. I like the handle that is very, very long, so you can easily fit there 2 hands for your double-handed backhand, and there is still like 3 centimeters or 4 centimeters space, and that's quite unusual because most of today's rackets have the handle quite short, which is something I don't like. So yeah, very nice racket, and the price for this racket is 149 euros. So I can expect that in dollars it can be a little bit higher, but around 150, 160, 170 maybe dollars, and it's 150 euros. So let's bring this puppy to the court and I will then tell you my experience and also the experience from Vincent, the boy I'm coaching. So let's go. Before I continue with the review, please consider buying the Saber through my affiliate link that you will find in the description of the video. The price for you will stay the same, but I will receive a small commission that will help my channel to move forward in the right direction. So guys, please use the link below to help me out. Thank you so much, and let's continue with reviewing the Saber.
Dobře. To si děláš srandu.
So before I will tell you something about the Saber, how I feel about when I'm hitting with the Saber, and what the other playtesters told me, let's just compare the Saber to other rackets. Put it in the context, because many of you don't know how it really compares to a standard racket. So I have captured some photos of the rackets I have at home, so you can see how they compare to each other, and maybe you will find a racket that you play with, and you can easily see that the Saber's sweet spot, or the sweet spot of the Saber, is really mimicking the sweet spot of the most rackets, or I would say all of the rackets I presenting you right now. And as you can see, and that's something I wanna stress out once again, the modern tennis racket sweet spot is not in the center of the head, but it is slightly above. So when some coaches or some sellers are telling you where the sweet spot of a tennis racket is, it is not in the center, but it is slightly above. So 1, 2, 3 cross strings above the middle cross string. And why? Because in this spot, the racket not only generates, I would say, the most kind of punch, but it's the controlled punch. It's a reaction of the frame in the most, let's say, control and also power-oriented fashion. So if you hit the ball right in the center of a tennis racket, you also get the most power, the free power, let's say, out of it, but also you are losing the control. So that's why the modern tennis racket sweet spot is slightly above, where the head size is a little bit shrinking. And what does it mean? It means more precision and more control. So where is the sweet spot? Slightly above. Where do you want to have the most power and at the same time the best possible control and precision? So that's just one thing I want to point out. So back to the experience with the Saber on the court with Vincent. So Vincent is 14 years old. He has started hitting tennis for the very first time 2 years ago. So kind of late for a tennis player, but never mind. He has a nice technique, a very nice modern fluid forehand. And for the very first time he's hitting with the Saber, and he is hitting it correctly, at least from the forehand side, as you can see. And this once again gives the boy and also myself a boost of confidence, because I know he is a good hitter. He can hit the ball correctly in the sweet spot of the tennis racket. And by the way, he is using a head radical S racket. I believe it is 280-gram frame, and it is an oversized head size, 102 inches. But I know that he is so good that he will transition this summer to a 100-inch head size, and then of course later, if he continues developing and if he continues playing tennis, he will switch to a 98 for sure. So let's have a look at the backhand. So the backhand first shot, not that bad, but then he missed it, and he was missing it for a while, as you can see. And there's the beauty of the Saber, because the racket kind of forces you to hit in front of your body, to really hit it kind of flat. So the contact point, because the head size is so small, needs to be more flat. You can't play with a classic modern top spin kind of technique. You need to hit the ball more flat, and this is great because the contact point is flat when you want to hit a little bit faster, more straight. And for learning, this is perfect. So you can always add the top spin during your development, but for hitting in front, look at that. And he improved really nicely now when he switched to let's say more flatter and more in front of the body hitting style. So that was great, and it was a great fun with Vincent. I like it very much, and he also liked that very much. So after warming up on the small court, we hit with the Saber from the baseline, and you might be thinking, oh, that will be nasty, that will be difficult, that will be complicated. But no, why? There's no reason for that. If you hit clean playing on a small court, then you will probably hit also clean nicely also from the baseline. As you can see, it's not really going that kind of well, but it's just a matter of few shots, and he's there, he's in the zone. And what he enjoyed, and I was really enjoying it as well, is the balance of the Saber, how the racket is balanced. It is nicely, it feels like a complete one piece of equipment in your hand, and it goes nicely forward, it flies, it is pretty maneuverable. And the sensation is that I was feeling that why the classic rackets, normal tennis rackets have not the same kind of balance and feel, because this is so much fun to hit with it. He tried also one-handed backhand. Of course, it didn't go well because he's a double-handed player, but he's from time to time he's trying to play with a one-handed backhand, because he also likes Roger Federer, and the kids just want to play, they just want to have fun, and they are just trying a nice double-handed backhand now. And you can see that for someone who is still very much at his tennis journey at the beginning of his tennis journey, just imagine that, just 2 years of hitting, and starting so late, starting when he was 12, and it goes really, really well. So let's go to Zdeněk. So Zdeněk is 54 years old. He started with tennis just 7 years ago, and he's a very talented guy. He is talented on all kinds of sports, and he's a hard-working player who is never happy with his kind of performance on the court, and he is always trying to be perfect. And by the way, his standard racket is the one and only Wilson Pro Staff RF97. So he has a bunch of these rackets. I believe he has like 5, 6, 7 rackets, and he's playing also with the gut strings sometimes. Sometimes he's playing with the Luxilon Savage strings, and he's testing all these type of strings, and he likes the feel of the gut. But of course it is expensive. But back to the Saber, what he liked about it, once again, how the racket flies, how it goes. It is nicely balanced. He told me that he was surprised that it is so easy, and it made him happy that he was able to hit it clean and nice also from the baseline. So once again, a boost of confidence. He told me after he was hitting with it, he told me, yeah, as you can see, I'm hitting it clean, and I know that, and it just proves and makes the players very happy about it. When I took the racket from the baseline, I also wanted to test it at its limit, so I swing with the racket as hard as possible, and we had a ton of fun with Zdeněk. He wasn't really making it easy for me. He tried to destroy me, but I was able, even with such a very small head size, I was able to defend myself, and we were laughing and we were joking. And he was telling me like, okay, you can play with with a spoon probably. So yeah, it's fun to hit it. It's fun to test how good you are, and I would probably take this racket also for some fun tournament, maybe when there will be some weaker players. I would just grab this racket to make it more difficult for me, and to help them kind of having to have chance against me, and we can have a ton of fun with this racket. So yeah, just fantastic experience, pushing it to the limits, to the very limits, and we had a ton of blast. The one thing we didn't test was the play on the net. So I totally forgot to test it on the net, but in my opinion, it's not the purpose kind of this racket to test it on or to hit with it on the net. And I will try it, of course, but it didn't happen for this review. The other thing what I tried was the serve. I didn't hit very nicely the serve with the Saber, but Zdeněk also tried a serve and he hit fantastic serves. I have just few of them captured when I was going with the camera to the sitting to sit, and I just captured few of the shots, as you can see, and he hit like crazy. I was smiling that he is able to play such a fast and nice serves with this racket. So just fantastic experience. I truly recommend it to anyone on any level. It doesn't mean whether you are beginner, intermediate, advanced or a pro. You will have a ton of fun with this thing because it is a challenge for everyone, and it's super satisfaction and super fun to hit with it. So we are at the end of the review, and I just want to sum it up. So the good things and the bad things, because there is one thing that in my opinion can be improved. It's a, let's say, minor one, but it can also bring some greater sensation in hitting with the Saber. So the great thing or the biggest positive of this tool for me is the fan factor that you have, and that you can truly hit with this racket like with a regular racket. You should not be afraid of this very small head size. You should just go for it, hit the ball, as normal as with a standard racket, and then the racket will reward you and it will bring you the sensation and confidence in hitting with a tennis racket with a standard or bigger head size. This tool can also encourage you to switch from a racket with a bigger head size, maybe an oversized racket with a 102, 105 square inches head sizes, and you can get down with the head size, because when you find sweet spot with this Saber, then it is not that complicated or difficult to find a sweet spot with a 198, 97 square inches head sized tennis rackets. And that's also what I found very interesting, and as I told you, a fan factor plus this kind of performance, self-confidence increase, and so on. It is just so nice and unique and fresh that everyone who tried it had a smile on his face, and that's the very nice beauty of this thing. So it is not only a learning tool or something that you can benefit in terms of the tennis development, but also in the overall experience and confidence, and like, hey, I can hit well with this one, so why don't I try 98? I was always a 100 square inch head tennis racket player, and maybe it was wrong. Maybe I have a good feel, I have a good sense for the ball, I have a good sense for the sweet spot, and this racket showed me that, it proved me that, and it encouraged me to go further and to try harder and to actually discover that I'm a better player than I thought that I am before. So that's the beauty for this Saber racket. I highly recommend it, to test it, just to have it in your bag as a regular tool you can use regularly before you start your training, your proper training or your match. You can just hit with this thing for 5-10 minutes from on the small court through the baseline, and then just switch to your standard racket, and you will find the transition is very easy, is seamless, and somehow the fan factor with this one is kind of like better than compared to a standard tennis racket. I don't know why, but it's so enjoyable and relaxing, just fantastic. The grip is long. Please, companies you making standard tennis rackets, learn from the functional tennis. This is a 200 millimeter, 20 centimeters long grip size. I hope every racket had this long grip size for our double-handed backhands, right? Most people play double-handed backhands. I don't know why tennis rackets have short grips for one-handed backhand. I don't know why. Most of them, like majority of tennis rackets. So just few of the rackets have longer grips, like the Wilson Ultra, for example, but other rackets, like most of them, have short, way too short grips. So this is fantastic. This is a huge plus in my opinion. And now one minor, let's say that's a minor negative or some minor feedback from me that I would change. It's the strings. So these strings are the standard, let's say, synthetic gut strings, cheap strings. You can hear it by doing this, and the feedback from these strings is kind of, you know, not even average, I would say. And when you hit just some strong shots with this racket for a couple of minutes, you can hear like the strings are, you know, already screaming for change. So I would highly encourage functional tennis, and Fabio, I already sent him my let's say my personal review, that the strings should be replaced for a multi-filament that would really complete the sensation while you're hitting with this racket, because a multi-filament will be kind of indestructible. It will hold well, This is a very small head size. There will be very low friction because the topspin potential, of course, with such a small head size is small, and the multi-filament will add another another spark to the experience. It will reward you with more free power, with better arm comfort, with better touch, with better feedback. So that's something I highly encourage functional tennis to do. Just offer this one, maybe for such a small increase in the price, put there a multi-filament and people will love it. So that's just one minor thing. So guys, if you want to try the Saber, if you want to find out what is the sensation hitting with a 37 square inches head size, just 240 square centimeters head size, go for this one. I have an affiliate link in the description in this video, so if you go through that link, if you purchase the Saber through that link, I will benefit from it. You will support directly my channel. I thank once again Fabio from the Functional Tennis for providing me with this racket and also with the affiliate link, and just support me through the affiliate link when you're buying this Saber. I highly recommend it. Just a fantastic fun tool for everyone to try. Everyone, children, seniors, adults, beginners, advanced players, it doesn't matter, you will have a ton of fun with this racket. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, if you want to support my channel further, don't forget to become my member on a monthly basis. Just 99 cents, you will receive the special badge, and also all of my premium or videos that are focusing on reviews, so the standard reviews, ultimate reviews, final reviews of tennis products. You will get access to them 1 full week prior to the public release, and that's the benefit of becoming a member of my channel. And of course the badge in your profile will show me you are a member, so if you comment under my video, I can go directly to your comment and I will see that you care very much about my channel. So guys, further support for my channel is the super thanks button, the buy me a coffee platform, PayPal option, and all of these options will give you the possibility to ask me a question in the comments or on my email. Check tennisguy@gmail.com, and if you donate something to me, I will give something back to you. So just ask me a question and the question will be answered. That's for sure, because you know this is a teamwork between me and you. So if you give something to me, I will give something back to you. And for now, that's all. I hope you are having a great day, and as always, enjoy tennis, play tennis, watch tennis every time, every day, and don't forget to enjoy the manooovrlbity. Bye guys.
You can't be serious, man. You cannot be serious! That ball was on the line!